Welcome to Somers High School for today's game. The Somers Tuskers will take on Hen Hud. The Tuskers come into this matchup 7-8 off a win 14-8 versus Lakeland Panis. They're taking on Hen Hud, who comes into this matchup 4-9. We'll take a short break for the national anthem.
Welcome back. Let's just talk about the Somers Tuskers come into this matchup 7-8, and they had a great game yesterday, great performance against Lakeland Panis. I had the pleasure to call that game also yesterday off of Local Live, and yeah, Somers came in from beginning to end and played phenomenal in that one, and a player that did phenomenal with 7 goals in yesterday's game. Sydney Ingram has been playing phenomenal for the Tuskers, and I'm sure she is going to be key and very important in the Tuskers game today. So, Brandon, what do you see happening today? Who do you see taking this one?
I see a pretty even matchup, and I see a low-scoring game in this rainy weather. The playing surface is going to be slippery. Ball is going to get wet. It might make it challenging for players. The darker skies is going to make it a little bit challenging to see the ball in the air. So I have this being 8-7. Somers taking it.
Yeah, and before we get to mine, I want to share a few other predictions. So we have some guests in the booth with us today that shared predictions. So we have Jack, who thinks the Tuskers are going to take it 3-2, and then we have Gavin, who thinks the Tuskers are going to take it 7-4, and we'll see if that happens. I think Tuskers are going to continue their momentum from yesterday. Yes, Hen Hud is going to score some goals on the Tuskers, and I think it's going to be pretty even, maybe even a 6-4 game at halftime, but I think it's going to be the Tuskers who wind up taking it 10-9, no, 10-7 in a close one, as the rain comes a lot more in the second half. But both teams head out ready for this one. This is the final home game for Somers. I believe it may very well be also the final game of the season, but at least the final home game for the Tuskers in the regular season as they get ready for this one. So now out there is going to be Sydney Ingram for the Tuskers out there for the draw, and for Hen Hud, that looks to be... And we got someone out there for Hen Hud as well for the first draw.
Get the number. Team set. Movement around the circle for Somers. Face-off is going to be facing the Somers goal. are off, and Hen Hud is going to gain possession instantly. And for Hen Hud on the face-off was number 10.
Movement now, as with it is Hen Hud. 9 goes back to find 13. Fast movement now. Now taking their time as Somers seems to have all their players in front of the goal here, as now 24 back with it. Goes back, circling around the goal, as now 17 with it. Fast movement around, goes back to 19. That's now 4 has it. Swinging it around, who goes back to 13. So 13 now with it, goes back to that's number 10. Guarded heavily by, that's Barton of the Tuskers. Barton had multiple goals yesterday as well, as we're going to have a call here.
Looks like the call is going to be against Somers. So 10 for Hen Hud is going to have a shot there, and she's going to choose to pass it off to her teammate number 4, who's going to trip, fall down to the ground, and see what they rule it there, where they're going to restart from.
So they're going to be lined up after the penalty, which is going to give them position to get the goal. Let's see if the Tuskers are able to stop them here, as they're now in position. Going up now, and did they get it?
Yes, number 4. Number 4 for Hen Hud. That's going to be Kayla McCarthy, a senior at Hendrick Hudson.
And that will be her first goal of the day, as Hen Hud off to an early start, taking a 1-0 lead. Hen Hud able after winning the draw, bring it right down to their side of the field and got it in position after that call. Put them in position to get the easy goal there. As now we got Ingram and Hen Hud, number 10 out there, back there for the draw.
Around the outside of the circle for Somers, it looks like we have Lassen and Dondel.
Loose ball now. It's going to be picked up by the Tuskers. Dondel picks it up. Movement now. Cradling it is number 6.
6 going to drop it
finds
off.
Mayfield. Now Caitlin Mayfield with it. Taking her time, spreading around. So we got Barton out. Klein out there as well, far left. As they're bringing it from behind. Taking it around. Now it's going to be a loose ball. Picked back up by number 13 of Jocelyn Klein, who goes back out to Mayfield. Mayfield taking it around. Her older brother, Matt Mayfield, a senior at Somers High School, plays boys varsity lacrosse and has been a key in the face-offs for the Tuskers this season, as now Mancini has it. Goes back up, and it's going to go in with the goal that looked to be number 3 of Palmetto, who gets it in. As Palmetto and the Tuskers get it in to make it a 1-1 game. And Lila Mancini has also been phenomenal throughout the season. They are on the assist.
Somers and Hen Hud trading goals in the first 3 minutes of this matchup.
We're now going to go back out in the middle for the draw with Ingram and number 10 back out there. That is number 10 of Calais. So now back out. Loose ball taken by Hen Hud, but look to be. So Hen Hud's going to be taking it now, 13, and they're going to redo that. So back in the middle for the draw once again. We got Ingram and number 10.
Ref set up for the draw. Ball is up and knocked down by Mayfield, and number 2 of Hen Hud scooped up by Dondel. She's going to take it onto the Tuskers' offensive side. She's going to pass it off to Mayfield. Mayfield taking it to the middle of the field now. Mayfield around her defender, trying to get past. She's going to drop it off to Jocelyn Klein. Klein heading towards the back of the net now, and she's going to drop it off. Number 5, and it's going to be a pass to Ingram in front of the net. A goal for Ingram.
And Sydney Ingram gets it in. She had 7 goals just yesterday in the game versus Lakeland Panish. She'll get her first, as I'm sure, first of a few today as it goes in for the Tuskers.
The Tuskers bouncing back right away after giving up that goal off the opening draw with 2 goals of their own. One from Palmetto, one from Ingram.
Now going to head back into the middle. We only have 9:13 left in the first as Tuskers lead 2-1. Ingram and 10 out there for the draw. So we're back out there. Ball up, loose ball, and Ingram goes right to grab it. Sydney Ingram picks it up. Move it now for Ingram. She's taking it down. Ingram brings it now back of the goal. Finds Mancini as she's taking her time there. Mancini now with it. Movement around. We got Mayfield out in front. Decides to go to Barton right by the goal to try to sneak in the goal. Too many Hen Hut defenders there, so she's going to throw it back out now. Mancini back with it. Finds Klein. Seniors working together there as it goes back out to Mayfield. Movement now for Mayfield. As it's now going to go up, and it's going to roll out. And it's going to be Hen Hut who takes over.
2 to bring it in for Hen Hut now. Possession switch there. Somers heading back to defend. Number 2, middle of the field, chased down by multiple Somers offensive players trying to stop her before she gets over the line. She is going to get the ball over the line, over to number 13. 13 deep into Somers territory now. Going to pass it off to 24 behind the net. Over to her teammate number 17. She's going to pass it out on the side to number 4. Over to 9 and 10, and we're going to bring it to the top.
So movement, passing movement for Hen Hut here as there goes 10.
Play's going to be whistled dead here. And it looks like they're going to be awarding Hen Hut a penalty. So number 10 is going to have a chance here.
Set up in position now to be able to get the... Well, as they decide to go out, but still in position, they decide not to go right for the goal. Interesting move there as we got another call here. We'll see what this is. So, Hen Hut taking their time there, but they were able to get down their side of the field. And... But Somers has been there, doing great on defense, and Hen Hut has not found a way to get in these last few moments on the side of the field. As it's gonna be Hen Hut, I believe, starting off with it. Yes, so 9 goes back out to number 4.
Number 4 now guarded by Ingram. Ingram and Mayfield working together to try and stop her. She's gonna hand it off to 2. 2's gonna lose it behind the net. Donaldson's going to make an attempt to scoop it up, but it's knocked away. It's going to find its way back to Hen Hut number 9, who had a shot on goal, but it was whistled dead before she could take that shot.
And that is going to remain Hen Hut's ball as 9 will start off with it again as they're in position. They may be able to get a free shot here. This play all comes down to the goalie if they're able to stop it, if they decide to, of course, shoot for the goal here in position. As there goes 9, goes up. Great defense there by Donaldson as she denies a Hen Hut goal there. And the Tuskers are going to get it back. So now Donaldson with it as Donaldson goes back out. Finds
Donzel up the sidelines now.
Fast movement down the field. Dondell with it. As now she takes it. Slowing down a bit. Got Mancini, Barton, and Klein open as she finds Klein. Now Klein with it. Movement back and forth and around. She's going to go back. Finds Mancini. Now Mancini in the back. Only Tusker currently back there as she decides what to do. She's going on to the right now. Goes back from behind. Movement for Mancini as the move goes, finds Barton as... Looks like we're going to have a call here. And it looks to be against Hen Hut, but we'll see what it is here. So yeah, now the Tuskers are in position to get the goal. with that penalty. So Barton off with it. It goes up, and it's going to go in. The Tuskers get it. Kate Barton gets it in, and it's going to be a 3-1 lead now for the Tuskers. And after that, that's going to extend the lead 3-1. And the Tuskers, after going down 1-0, it's been all Tuskers on the scoreboard as they have scored 3 unanswered points. Great goal by Paul Meno, Ingram, and Barton today.
Ingram, sent back in the middle to take draw. Replacing Lily Lassen on the circle is Mayfield. Dondal still on the defensive side for Somers. Draw tricks back towards the Somers offensive side with a quick scoop up by Palmeno. Palmeno with a goal there right off the draw.
How about that? So right away, they win the draw. Ingram finds Palmeno, goes right down, and it's going to go in. An amazing goal for Palmeno to finally finishing it off.
Palmeno, her second goal of the day.
And I've got to say, it was by far the play of the game so far, as it's now going to be extended to a 4-1 lead as the Tuskers continue playing phenomenal and continue their momentum coming out of yesterday's game. As we head back now in the middle for the draw, Ingram and 10 back out there.
Ingram 10.
Back out there. Face off for the draw. Let's see if they're going to try to do it again. We've got loose ball now. Still loose on the ground, and it's going to be Ingram who picks it up. Movement now back to Mancini. Mancini now with it. Taking it around.
Mancini trying to find somebody open. She finds
Barton. Goes back to Klein now.
Klein loses it, scoops it right back up.
Here comes Klein.
Oh, to the top and around. Looks like she's going to have a shot attempt, and it's going to be knocked down to Mayfield. Back over to Mancini.
Mayfield.
Whistle dead after Mayfield attempted to pass.
Mayfield tried to pass that to Ingram, but whistle is going to set them up for the free goal here. And let's see if they're able to get it in as it's going to go up. Did that go in? Does not look like it. And it's going to remain a 3.
Yes, it did. It went in.
It did go in. Okay, Wef did not hold up the signal there, but it does go in, and it's going to be another goal for the Tuskers. So it's now going to be a 5-1 lead. So Caitlin Mayfield is able to get it in, and with that, it's going to be a 5-1 game with Caitlin Mayfield getting it in, number 22, as we're going to head back into the middle for the draw. Now out there is 13 as well for Hen Hut.
All set up for the draw here. Ingram and 13 ready for it. Looks like Ingram may have jumped early. And they're going to award it to Hen Hud. So number 9 with it for Hen Hud now. Upfield. Waiting for her offense to get into place. She's going to take it around to behind the net. Coming back in front. It looks like she's going to try to take a shot from the side, and it's going to be scooped up by Donaldson.
So it's going to be Donaldson who Gonna throw it back out for the Tuskers. Let's see what the Tuskers have here as she's gonna find Mancini. Cradling it now is Layla Mancini as she's gonna move it around, guarded by number 17 as Mancini takes it, coming back from around. So it's gonna be a loose ball now. Mancini loses it, still loose, and Headhot number 13 is gonna pick it up. A great pickup by number 13 there to give the ball back to Headhot. Is now 24 with it. So movement now back to 13. Goes back to 10. Who's going to find 9. It goes back to 4. So now 4 moving it around. As it goes back to 9. As it goes back out to 13. And goes back out to 10. And it's going to go in. 10 gets the goal. And it's going to be a 5-2 game now as Henhawk gets it in. And they were able to find number 10 there to set it in as number 10 for the... So Ortiz gets it in. Shout out to David Ortiz of the Boston Red Sox as Carly Ortiz gets it in as it's going to be a 5-2 game now, and her first goal of the day. And great setup for Ortiz as we're now going to head back into the middle for the draw. Back out now for the draw. As we have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first as we're back out there. Got Ingram and Ortiz out there. So, as we have a moment, yeah, the Tuskers have been having great momentum, getting the ball back fast down the field, and when they've been able to get it down fast, they have likely been able to get in pretty fast as well. But now Henhot, after the loose ball, is going to take it back, goes back out to 9. So now cradling at number 9, movement around. It goes back to 13. 13 out now, back to 4. So now in the back with 24 with it, back out to 13. Movement around as 13 taking her time, guarded by number 8 for the Tuskers. That is
Over
Montione.
Over to 9 now on the far side of the goal. She's going to make a pass into the middle. And it's going to be a goal scored. It looks like it's going to be number 13 of Hen Hud.
That's going to be Aradi. Or it may have been number 9 here as... So it's Gagliardi's first goal of the day, as 9 was there for the assist, as it's now going to be a 2-point game once again.
And now we're going to take a look at the keys to the game for Somers. So the Tuskers' key to the game is teamwork and support, along with the Tuskers capitalizing when they win the draw and transitioning the ball. They've capitalized multiple times when they won the draw tonight. So we're back off again, and another draw won by Ingram. Ingram up the middle of the field, not wasting any time. She's going to pass it over to Mancini. Mancini is going to move around. She's going to find Lassen in the middle of the field, but it's going to go over her stick. High pass there, Dondel trying to regain possession. It's knocked away, and it's knocked out of bounds.
It was a loose ball, and after all is said and done, it's going to be given back to Head Hot as Somers touched it as it went out of bounds. Touched it last. So with it now, Head Hot. There goes Ortiz. Fast movement now for Head Hot. Loses it for a second, but picks it back up. Goes back out to number 2. Movement now, number 2 with it. Goes back now to bringing it close by. Taking her time as it's now to 10. Movement around now, back to 4. 4 with it as as that is
Going to be a goal for number 4.
just taking a look at that goal. Number 4 had it right in for the Anchors, as now that's gonna make it a 1-point game, and that is Sydney Winkler. Apologize, Kayla McCarthy with her second goal of the day, as that's gonna go in. So now gonna head back out there for the draw.
And Benny, while we wait for the draw, what are some players on Somers that are key in this matchup?
So a few players that are key in this matchup. So we got Sydney Ingram coming off a game. I'll say it again. 7 goals in the last one, already won today. And we also have Layla Mancini, Jocelyn Klein, Julia McCartan, and Emma Donaldson. The goalie. Goalie is always important in lacrosse, especially on this girls team, as now Klein has it. Fast movement now as it goes back. Palmetto tries to get it 2 up high there as it goes out of bounds. But as it was the shot for the goal, it's whatever team is closest to the ball, and it's going to be the Tuskers.
Penalty for the Tuskers. I believe they knocked Palmetto down from behind, which is not allowed in lacrosse. So she's going to have a chance here, and she's going to have a low shot blocked. Just before that, Ingram winning another face-off, another good face-off win for Ingram to get the Tuskers in that position to possibly score another goal that just barely was blocked by the goalie of Hen Hud. So we're going to take a 2-minute break here at the end of the first period, and we'll be back shortly.
After a quick commercial break. Watch the Soma Sports broadcast, where we break down the world of sports.
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
Interview guests.
Here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
Predict upcoming sport games.
To win it 26-23, the Chargers win.
Debate sports.
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
Discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports.
Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
And much more.
I'm with
Nikki Duffy.
Dean Palzall.
I would definitely say DP, Dean Palzolo. He definitely had a great game.
Just a Hail Mary. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown. I first joined last year. You wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Soma Sports broadcast. You could find them on YouTube and Spotify. And welcome back, as it is now the start of the second quarter, a rainy day here at Somers High School, as in this one it was the Tuskers who started off strong, going up 5-1, but 3 straight goals by Hen Hut has made it a very interesting and exciting game, and it could be anyone's as we head into the second quarter. And let's see what both teams have up their sleeves in this one. Great. It's been offense and defense, a little mix of both, but a great, even thought effort by both these teams. And it's going to be exciting to see what happens here. What it's really going to take is we'll see what team is going to be able to show up and play better and have longer streaks as the game goes on. And yeah, well, whoever does that and can score, go on more runs, most likely will be able to take this one. But now start of the second quarter as teams get ready to head out for the draw. And while we have a moment, Brandon, so I asked this to Coach Daly. What opponent does she think is most similar to Hen Hut?
Yeah, Coach Daly said that Bronxville is the most similar opponent to Hen Hud.
Yeah, and while we have another moment, another thing we talked about is what do we expect to see from Hen Hut in this one? And basically what she said is a Baker defense type formation and stuff like that. Yeah. And yeah, so Brandon, alright, we're back now for the draw.
And a win on the draw by Ingram. She's going to pass it right off to Mayfield. Mayfield at the top now. She's going to find Barton coming into the side, and she's going to be knocked down. She's all right. She's going to get right back up. So Kate's going to have a penalty here, and she's going to be able to make a free pass or shot. Most likely going to go with a pass here because of how far she is from the goal.
Wayne is coming down more and more heavily now here at Somers High School. Is now fine with it. Goes back out to Ingram. Ingram movement. That's going to be taken back by Henhut.
Number 4 with a long stick there.
And Henhut is able to grab it as they're now cradling it down, bringing it down the field. Fast movement now for Henhut. Back out to 13 now. Now slowed down their pace a little bit as got multiple Somers players spread out in front of the goal here. We've seen that all day today. And Henhut all together. So 4 with it now. Back out to 13. 13 now with it. Goes around. 13 goes back, finds 9. Loose ball is going to be picked back up by the Tuskers. Number 6, Adondale takes it as she finds Ingram. Fast movement for Ingram, but great defense there by number 3 as Ingram has it now right down the field. Goes back out. Back out finds Caitlin Mayfield as it goes back out to Ingram as it goes up and it's going to go in for the Tuskers. Sydney Ingram with goal number 2 for her today as that goes in, and it's going to make it a 2-point lead now for the Tuskers. So as we head back for the draw, if you don't know who we are, I'm Benny Silk here with Brandon Nappi, and what we do is we get to do this part of the Somers Sports Broadcasting Club at Somers High School. And Brandon, do you want to talk a little bit about what we do?
Yeah, sure. We have the privilege to commentate the live sports events that take place here at Somers High School, Somers teams, and any other sports events that may take place here. For example, we did the dodgeball tournament earlier in the year. As we come off face-off, Somers going to gain control here, and Dondal is going to lose it. She's still fighting for the ball, though, and it looks like the players believed it rolled out of bounds, but it did not. So Henhud is going to scoop up possession here, 24, coming up the field. Back to 13, back to 9, letting their offense get set up a little bit. Over to 4 in the middle of the field. 4 taking her time. She's going to attempt to run in, but stopped. Looks like Henhud is playing a little more passively in this second period. They're not getting deep into the zone too fast here, but finally they're going to get near the net. So that's going to be 9 coming behind the net. Over to 13, 13 on the near side. Over to 23, right in front of the Henhud sideline. Over to 10, over to 4 at the top now. She's going to pass it over to 17 on the far side. Back up to 4 at the top. Somers defense well positioned, not giving Henhud many options. 10, switching with 4. It looks like she sees an opening. She's going to take it, and penalty is going to be called. It looks like Henhud is going to have a free passer shot here. Yeah, so also part of the Somers Sports Broadcasting Club, we do weekly podcast episodes talking about the world of sports, professional, and here at Somers High School, we recap Somers High School sports, predict Somers High School sports, along with discussing professional sports.
And you can check out our most recent episode where we had the opportunity to interview Somers athletic director and our club advisor, Mr. Haddam. And in addition, we talked about the latest in Somers and professional sports, and talking about we actually predicted this game and some other upcoming games, including the boys varsity lacrosse. I'll be on the call again for that tomorrow on Local Live as they take on Tappan Zee in the regular season finale, but we're now back in the middle. And with it, goes up, it's gonna go in with the goal. That's Ortiz, number 10, as that's gonna be her second goal of the day. As now, we're back to a 1-point game. We got a tight one here at Somers High School. So Ortiz gets it in. It's her second goal of the day. And yeah, let's get back out to the middle now. Tuskers. It was Hen Hut there that brought it down and was able to get the easy goal to rebound after the Tuskers goal. And it's really been back and forth this one as we head back now for the draw.
Yeah, this is going to be a 1-point game again. That's going to be 6-5 with 9:09 left in the first half of play. Ingram back in the middle. Take the face-off. Number 13 also going to be in there, I believe. Waiting for the referee to get the ball in place. Ball's up, and it looks like it's going to be grabbed by Hen Hud. Hen Hud past the 9. 9 with it now. 9 finds the teammate number 10. 10 over to 4. 4 to 23 on the far side. Back to 4 in the middle of the field. 4 is going to find 9. It's going to go back to 4, and 4 is going to try to run in for a shot. But I believe she's going to be checked from behind. So 4 is going to have an opportunity here.
And
she has an opportunity to tie up this game here. And she's going to go for a shot, and the shot is going to get past Donaldson. A low shot, almost rolling on the ground, is going to get past her. That is going to be number 4 for Hen Hud. Kayla McCarthy with her 3rd goal of the day.
so McCarthy had it, got it up, and it goes in, got it in position for her 3rd goal of the day, as now that's going to make it all tied at 6 game here. We're tied as Hen Hut, the Tuskers are up 5-1. The Hen Hut has now equaled that score since then, as they're on a 5-1 run. As we're now back in the middle for the draw. Gonna go back out for the draw here, as it's gonna go up, and it's gonna be taken back by number 10 of Hen Hut, Ortiz with it. Fast movement now for Hen Hut, as they're gonna take it around. Now movement down, multiple Hen Hut girls open there, as it goes back now with it. Number 4 of McCarthy finds 9, back out to 4. Now movement 4 with it. As now in the back is number 13. 13 brings it behind the goal, as now has it find. Now 13 still with it, taking our time. We've got 27 back there as well, but we got a lot of movement, and quickly for Hen Hut. Multiple players moving around. The ball is was it loose? We'll see what the call is here. It looks like the call is gonna be Somers ball, so Tuskers start off with it. As with it now, it's gonna be, that is 10 of McCartan. Now Mancini had it, and it is knocked out, so we'll see what they're gonna call here. So Mancini's gonna start off with it. Mancini goes back out to Klein. Cradling it is Klein, as there goes Klein. All right, multiple Hen Hut defenders, as she is able to save it from going out of bounds. There goes Klein. Move it now in the back. Goes back out to number 3 of Palmetto. Loose ball there, but it's going to be number 7 of Barton, who's able to pick it back up. Barton now back out to, that's Mancini, who finds Klein in the back. Now, that's actually, no, her sister, Illabella Mancini as well. Layla finds there as it goes back, as it goes up, and it's gonna go in. Another goal for the Tuskers. And a quick goal that goes him. And that goes in. Hard to tell who got it there as there are multiple players there. Mancini is right there. And Ingram also there. And it's going to be the third goal of the day for Sydney Ingram. Sydney Ingram has been playing great all season. She is going to Notre Dame to play lacrosse next season on the girls team as well. So she's also pretty good at girls varsity basketball as well. She was an important player on that team as well. Now back into the middle for the draw. Back out there is Ortiz and Ingram.
Off the draw, scooped up by Mayfield. Somers taking possession. Coming across is Barton. Taking the pass from Mayfield. Barton off to Klein. And Klein is going to shoot it over the net and out of bounds. And Somers was closest, so Somers is going to keep possession. It's going to be Mancini now with it behind the net. It looks like she's going to come around and try to attempt a low shot. It's going to be blocked by the goalie. So Hanhud will take over on possession now. Number 12 to start with it. 12 over to 8 in the middle of the field. 8 back to 12. 12 over to 4.
So now 4 with it as we're going to get a call. And I was spread out, and we're going to get a timeout in this one. I believe that's going to be our first timeout as while we have a moment, let's take a look. So, Brandon, what will be some changes? What will be some challenges in this game versus Hen Hut for the Tuskers?
Challenges for this game versus Hen Hut is going to be the draw control and the possession, which we've seen these teams string together multiple wins off draws. Winning draws back and forth, but we have seen some that have been consecutive. But I'd say right now the draw is about equal, and then possession has been going back and forth the whole game.
Yeah, but right now both teams discussing their game plans, just looking back at how they've played so far, and yeah, the Hen Hut has been giving the Tuskers a good fight as they're currently up by 1. And while we have a moment, check out check out Season 3, Episode 8 of the Somers Sports Broadcast. Probably one of, if not the coolest thing we've got to do as the club, as we got to interview a few New York Giant players, including Tyler Newbin, Andrew Thomas, and Jimmy Morrissey. Check that out on Season 3, Episode 8 of the Somers Sports Broadcast. We also in most episodes just recap the latest in the world of sports. And check out our most recent episode where we interviewed Somers athletic director, Mr. Haddam. And we also talk about the Browns and New York Giants quarterback situation in that one. That's Season 3, Episode 14. But as we have a moment, Brandon, what are your thoughts about the game today so far?
I think that there's been a little bit more scoring than I anticipated so far today. I thought it was going to be a little less because of the poor conditions outside. As Somers taking the field again. And Hud coming back out. Well, we have a second. Let's check in with the MLB, see some scores that are currently ongoing. Currently, right now, the Yankees are losing 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th to the Mariners. The Twins and Orioles. Orioles winning 6-5 in the bottom of the 5th. Diamondbacks beating the Giants 8-4 in the top of the fifth. As we come out of our timeout here, it's gonna be Hen Hud with possession. Ten is gonna have it now. Over to 9. 9 back to 4. Offense still trying to get set up completely. Put 4 around the net from the near side.
Hen Hud spreading around a little bit as a movement around here. As we go back out now, loose ball. Gonna be taken back by. Gonna be loose. We'll see what the call is here for whose ball. But Hen Hud has been working very well together in these last few minutes, and yeah, as Tuskers currently are only up by 1, 7-6. So now in position, now set up in position are the Tuskers. Try to get Hen Hud, my apologies, to get the goal here after the penalty. So they're set up. Let's see if they're going to be able to do that as the all teams spread around. As they're going to go up, and it goes up. Great defense.
Be in there.
That does wind up going in. Looks like
Number
may have been
9.
blocked, but number 9 does wind up getting it in. That's going to be number 9 of Montgomery who gets it in. So a great win, a great goal for Montgomery as we're now the game is now all tied up at 7 apiece, each touchdown each, as that would be in football, as it's currently a 7-7 game. We're going to head back now into the middle for the draw. As we have a moment, few games coming up tonight. So in the NBA, we have the Celtics and the Knicks, as the Knicks do lead that series, unfortunately, 3-1. And then the Timberwolves at 9:30 tonight take on the Warriors. I'll get with predictions for that at half, as
Donzo scooping up the draw. She's going to get it into the offensive zone here. It's going to be Klein. Klein over to Ingram. Ingram at the top. Back over to Klein. Klein into Palmetto with a quick shot that bounces over the net there. Scooped up by Mayfield. Mayfield back to Klein. Klein over to Ingram. Ingram with an opportunity for a shot, blocked. And it's going to go out of bounds. Mayfield was closest, so Somers will keep possession.
A great block there by the 22 of the goalie, but Tuskers have it back now, as now with his Klein movement now goes back out to that's number 4 of Ingram, goes back out to 3 of Palmetto, finds Barton, now loose ball there, Ortiz and Ingram going for it, and Ortiz is gonna pick it up for Hen Hud. Now finds number 9, fast movement down the field, there goes 9 taking it. Somers staying in front of the goal there, trying to block the path, and Hen Hud trying to find the moment to get around the Somers defenders there, as that is what the goal is in the circle formation, as they're going to pass around, probably do that here as they're slowly taking the ball now.
Get 10 with it. At the top, you're handing it off to 4. Hen Hud offense set up now. 13 over to 9. 9. The crowd in front of the net now. 9 trying to work her way around her defender. Hands it off to 10. 10 looking for options. Hen Hud was moving in front of the net. 10 trying to work her way in. She's going to work her way in, and her shot is going to go wide. Hen Hud was closest, so 17 is going to bring it back in for Hen Hud. 9 with it now behind the net. Over to 13. Back over to 9.
So 9 with it right now, as taking her time movement. Goes back out, finds other girl back out there of number 13. Taking it 13 already today has a goal as only girl back out there now. 9 still close by as gonna go back. And it goes up and it goes in with the goal. Number 4 for Hen Hut. That is gonna be McCarthy with her 4th of the day. And Hen Hut is gonna take an 8-7 lead now. A great ending for Hen Hut there. They were able to get it in position, and 4 was able to get it right in as 13 was able to help there. Number 9 also had a big part playing in that goal as now Hen Hut on in a waning afternoon here at Somers High School has taken an 8-7 lead in what has been, after a 5-1 lead for Tuskers, a back and forth game. First lead for Hen Hut today. First lead since 1-0 for Hen Hut, as we're now going to head back for the draw. One minute left till halftime, and stay tuned. Don't go anywhere at halftime, as we'll be recapping the first half and having our usual halftime show, and also be talking about the current games going on in the NBA. And we'll be talking about the NFL schedule and a few games that have come out so far in that.
And Benny, we asked Coach Daly what she does to get the best out of her players. What was her response there?
So each day, Coach Daly encourages her girls to do the best job and support their teammates, and that's what was one thing that she always does.
Face off backwards to Mayfield. Mayfield gets possession for Somers. Mayfield waiting for her offense to get set up. Over to Klein there. Klein. They go in.
And that does not go in as there is a penalty. It's going to set the Tuskers up in position to be able to get the goal. Let's see if they're going to be able to get it in.
The Spartan there for that. And she's gonna take a shot there. Looks like it's gonna go low. And it's gonna be scooped up by the goalie there.
And tune in at halftime as, we'll be talking about the NFL schedule. We'll be talking about the season opener, Eagles, Cowboys. That's going to be an exciting one. I may possibly even try to go, as my college is only 20 minutes away from Philly. And I'm interested to hear what both Jayden and Brandon both think about that game and what is going to happen, as they're both Eagles and Cowboys fans respectively. So it is now going to be an 8-8 tie after that Kate Barton goal. And we're going to head back out in the middle for the draw. Back out for the draw. Loose ball is going to be Mayfield, who picks it up. Back. Now cradling it is Mayfield as she's going to take it. Goes back out to Klein. Klein now with it. Guarded by number 10. Great defense there. And it's going to be a loose ball. The call is going to be here as comes loose. It's going to be Tuskers. Ingram back with it now. Goes back out. Goes back out. So now Mayfield had it last. The call was going to be Palmetto's ball after call. Tied at 8 with 31 seconds left in the second quarter till halftime. Now set up in position for the goal. And it's going to go up, and it's going to go in. I believe that was number 3 of Palmetto who got it in. And with that, it's going to be a 9-8 game as Palmetto is able to get it in after the penalty. Yet he had the easy position, and Palmetto gets it in for her 3rd goal. Impressive 3rd goal for her today, as that is going to go in. We're now we're going to head back out once again for the draw. Ingram back out there with, as we currently have 28 seconds left on second half on the clock. So back out there for the draw there. And we're going to go back out now. Ingram loses it, but it's going to pick it back up. So now Ingram with it, moving around. As Ingram, the Notre Dame commit, takes it down the field, finds Klein. Klein now with it. Goes back out to Barton. Barton, who now has it as the clock is running down. 10 seconds left as we're going to have a call here. They're going to keep it going. Goes up, and it's going to go in for the Tuskers. Sydney Ingram gets another one as that goes in. And that is going to be her 4th goal of the day. And they extend the lead now 10-8 in this one after that goal, as the Tuskers have some momentum heading into halftime. 4.2 seconds left till halftime. Let's see if they're going to be able to do anything here, but still a great momentum for the Tuskers. If they're able to do anything here, it's going to have to be something quick. But in the last game, it was, I believe it was Lakeland Panthers who got a quick goal before halftime last time. So it's not out of the question. So Ingram and Ortiz back out there. As we head back out there for the draw.
Yeah, set for the draw here. Draw backwards, and it's going to be fielded by Mayfield. Mayfield with a long pass to number 5, Lila Mancini. It's going to be...
And that's
wow. She's going to be fouled right before the horn sounds off.
So with that, they're going to have one more chance for a play. Let's see if they're going to be able to get in after the foul. Going to come up to the goalie here as they are going to call it. They're going to give them another chance, even though the clock does say 0. So Mancini back out in position.
They have 1 second left. The referee is leaving 1 second on the clock there.
Mancini with it, goes up.
Fielded by the goalie. That is going to bring us into halftime. So there, the referee saw the call right before the horn went off, so he gave them 1 second.
Yeah, and that's going to do it for the first half. 10-8 is your score, and let's just get started right away. So throughout this game, the Tuskers went back and forth in this one, as it was a 5-1 lead. So yeah, welcome back as a 5-1 lead. Got to start off this one for the Tuskers, but then Hen Hut went on the streak to tie it up at 6. It's been back and forth ever since, as now it is a 2-point lead for Hen Hut in this one, as 10-8 is your score. And as we take a break for halftime, Brandon, what do you think? What are some players that you think stuck out for you?
Yeah, sticking out for me from Somers, Ingram, and Palmetto. Ingram with 4 goals, Palmetto with 3, and then on the Hen Hud side, Kayla McCarthy sticking out to me. 4 goals for Hen Hud there. Benny, any other players you want to?
Yeah, I'm basically going to say the same players as Brandon. And also, I don't know if you mentioned, Kate Barton has also been doing a phenomenal job today, in addition to Mayfield getting some goals. And Mancini has been doing great out there as well, being able to get a few. Has been key in the passing game today. Yeah, McCarthy's been doing great. I believe you mentioned him. Also, Ortiz has been a key player as well on the Hen Hut side of things. And let's talk about play of the game. I just gotta say, it's that play when Ingram won the draw, found Palmetto, and Palmetto just got it right in for the goal. That's gotta be play of the game so far in this one. Brandon, do you have any other plays in mind?
No, that's the play I probably would have said too. That was arguably the best play of the first half.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one. And yeah, so what are your overall thoughts on the first half?
A lot more scoring than I thought there would be. I did not anticipate this to be a 10-8 game at halftime. I anticipated this game to be an 8-7 final score. Um, Obviously, that is not in question anymore. More scoring and faster pace than I expected. I expected the game to be a little slower with the wet playing surface and the rain coming down for most of the first half.
Yeah, and yeah, it's been a little more points than, yeah, like Brandon said, more than we expected. And both teams, despite the rain, just have been putting up a great performance. Usually when it's been rainy games, we have seen a lot less scoring and also not as fast movement. But today it doesn't, as people may be watching, based on how this game's going, no one would probably really know based on the score that it's raining outside. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if that continues as we head into the second half. The final score is on pace to be 20-16 on this rainy day at some high school. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens once again here. But Brandon, what do you see happening in the second half?
Second half, I just see a continuation of the first half here. I don't see much difference. I see both of these teams playing with just as much energy, and I see this being a 17-15. Yes, apologies about that. So as I was saying, I anticipate this to be 17-15 final score here tonight. Somers winning.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, the offense is going to continue. We've seen a lot of offense so far. I think Somers pulls ahead, getting an early goal, and I think they're going to dominate. I think it's going to wind up being a 17-12 final score with the Tuskers taking this one. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the Cowboys and Eagles game. I want to hear both Jayden and Brandon's predictions.
All right. So first off, I just want to also predict a little bit. Oh man, it's hard to say. I think Somers is gonna keep their lead, just like by a bit throughout the whole game. Maybe a little ups and downs, but I think the score kind of gotta agree with you. Maybe 16 to 14 is what I'm thinking. And so Brandon, what do you think about the Eagles Cowboys game?
I'm scared.
You're scared.
It's gonna ruin my Thanksgiving. I don't think the Cowboys are gonna do well. Oh yeah, no, sorry, I'm focused on the Cowboys playing the Chiefs on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
That's a problem for us.
yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
season opener, not gonna be a great start to the season. The Cowboys are gonna look clueless out there, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry for you.
Thank
So, yeah, I think the Eagles are going to take it, especially with their performance from this past season, especially in that game against the Cowboys. Sorry, Brandon.
Yeah, and obviously, yeah, great performance. Yeah, there's a reason why this team just won the Super Bowl. I see the Eagles. I kind of may be rooting for the Eagles a little bit this year. Obviously, I'm a Patriots fan from the beginning to the end, but I'll be going to college right near Philadelphia, and probably going to make me a bit of a fan. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a big win to start off the season for the Eagles. Cowboys also have a lot of things they still need to figure out. Yes, they did just sign or trade for Pickens, but yeah, they just got stuff to figure out. And I think it's going to be Eagles taking this one. I think it's going to be Eagles are good at scoring points as well. A 47-13 win to start off the season for the Eagles. So we're now back for the start of the third, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, so welcome back. 10-8 is your scores. We're back out for the draw for the start of the third.
Ingram back out there to take the draw for Somers. Gonna be ruled Somers possession there. Oh, sorry, Hen Hud possession. 9 with it for Hen Hud. Over to 13, over to 10. Somers playing tight defense, playing a little closer to net than we've seen.
Movement now back to number 9, Hen Hot, who finds number 4. So 4 now with it. Taking her time there. Movement now for 4. Goes around. It's for Carton on defense there. As it's going to, the ball becomes loose there. We'll see what the call is. There's going to be penalty or call there. Looks like it's going to be another setup. This one's going to be set up for Hen Hot to possibly be able to get the goal. So Hen Hot now back out there. 4 with the ball currently. So in position now. Hen Hot, let's see if they're going to get it in as 4 now with it. Goes back, and it's going to go up, and it that does not go in. As it's going to remain. So that does not go in. This defense shows up as now, but Hen Hot is going to be able to retain possession as they did shoot the goal, and they were the closest. So Hen Hot now with it. Loose ball again, and a call here. We'll see what this call does in a moment. They're going to be set up now for another one that's Hen Hot. As I think that is, 13 who's going to have it. Goes back up. She's going to decide to go from behind. So now 9 with it. Waiting is number 9. Movement around. Wings it around as she has it. Tries to get the goal. And great defense there by Donaldson. As now we got a loose ball. Loose ball there. And to pick it up, it's going to be Padavani for the Tuskers. Padavani picks it up. But
Still
now,
dead.
yeah, it's going to be dead here as... But a great pickup there by Padavani. But it looks like the call is going to be Hen Hot's ball. But yeah, a great pickup there by Padavani. It was a loose ball, and she was able to go right in there and grab it as a great play there by the Tuskers. Now Hen Hot with it now back, so now that is 4 who finds number 10. As it's movement around.
With it, working in around her defender, and it looks like it's going to be no goal there. Is it?
Yeah, that is going to wind up going in. As it looks like from our replays, the replay calls it going in, and the Tuskers are now only up by 1 as Hen Hot gets it in. So number 4 of Kayla McCarthy is going to get goal number 5 of the day, as Hen Hot once again makes it a 1-point game. Now we're going to head back out there for the draw. Got Ingram and 13 out there. As we're back out there now. We got Somers, Hen Hot right by there. Both we got Mayfield out there and number 6 out there, in both directions. As Mayfield's gonna pick it up now. Mayfield takes it. Great dodge there by Mayfield as it's gonna move back to Palmetto. There goes Palmetto. Already 3 goals today for Palmetto as it goes back up to Barton, and it's going to go in for the Tuskers. Number 7. Okay, Barton. So let's just take a look. So Palmetto goes back, finds Barton, who gets it in. The Tuskers now take a 2-point lead there. So Barton gets it in. As that, another impressive play. They're going to find Palmetto there. Palmetto goes right to Barton, who's right in front of the goal, and slides it right in.
Yes, sitting back up for the draw now. And some motivation that was given to the players for this game was to take care of their mind and body and to leave everything on the field. Draw. We whistled, and it's going to be given to Hen Hud. So Hen Hud will take possession to start off the draw. 11-9 game, 8:45 left in the third period. 17 now on the far side for Hen Hud. Passes it off to number 9. 9 hands it off to 4.
And while we have a second, a few upcoming broadcasts. So tune in, because right after this, we have girls JV lacrosse as Somers takes on Hen Hut in that as well. Right after this one, that will be exclusively on Local Live. And then in addition, tomorrow we have the boys varsity game as they are going to take on, Tappan Z in a good one. Tappan Z only with 2 losses on the season. That's going to be an exciting one. And we'll see who takes that one. It's going to be definitely fun to call. So 9 with it now. Back out to a loose ball there. 24 loses it. As it's going to be, as it looks like number 4 will be start. Yeah, no. So we're back there. 24 with it. Finds 13. So 13 now with it.
13 with it now. With a pass out from behind the net to number 4. 4 around Donzel. Into the middle. Now over to 10. 10 with the shot that's deflected and bounced towards the goal. But it was just past the goal there. Just outside. 13 with it now to bring it back in. Going to be an attempted shot there. 4-9. Going to head behind the goal now. Loose ball picked up by number 11. 11 over to 4. Behind. Back of the net.
So now with it is Hen Hut. They're going to take it from behind. Around and great defense there. It's going to be McCartan who now takes it back. Movement from McCartan as McCartan with it. Moves around. Number 24 and 10. McCartan's taking it to the other side of the field. Now 10 Ortiz able to knock it out, but Klein right there as there was a loose ball to pick it right back up. Here comes Klein. Movement now. Klein now with it. Got Mancini back there and Ingram out to the right as they find Ingram there. Sydney Ingram with it. The pass is going around and a loose ball once again. That winds up going in. We'll see what happened there. I think that may have wound up going in, yeah. And
Number 3, number 17.
Who won?
Number 3, number 17.
and a goal there. Tough to see who got it there, but it wound up going in.
But who got it in?
And while we have a second, we have Somers girls flag football taking on Peekskill today in round 1 of the playoffs. Somers is the 10 seed, Peekskill as the 7, and the Tuskers currently lead that game. They've been playing great. They're in the first half. Now second quarter. second half. So, and it's currently a 13-0 game for the Tuskers with 5 remaining. They're looking to head to the next round to play another team, and that may be an exciting. That should be an exciting one as the ball's gonna go up. Loose ball there. It's gonna be picked back up by 22 of Mayfield. So now movement down for the Tuskers as we have 5:49 left in the third. As we're getting lined back up, it's going to be Mayfield who's going to start off for it with the Tuskers. So just movement around now for the Tuskers, taking their time as the whistle is blown and Mayfield started off. So now movement for Mayfield. 9's going to knock it out, and it's going to be picked up by Handout, but given back to Mayfield. Now movement for the Tuskers. Ingram back out to Klein. Klein now with it. As it goes back out. Movement now. Mayfield with it. As it goes up. Multiple other passes added in after that, and it winds up going out. As it was a shot for the goal, Tuskers being closer, they're going to be able to bring it back in as it's Isabella Mancini back to her sister. Layla Mancini goes back to Isabella Mancini. Goes back now to Klein. Klein now with it. Goes back with that grab was Mayfield as it goes back out to Klein. Goes to the back to Mancini as it's going to be Klein who finds it. Klein is going to find Ingram. That's going to be loose now. It's going to be picked up by Hanhut. Well, now we got a call, and Hanhut touching it last. Maybe let's just take a look at what happened again. So this was the last goal, and 17 was the one who got it in for the goal. A great goal for the Tuskers. It was really could have been multiple players who got that, but from the right angle, our sources say that 17 was able to get it in. Peekskill looks to have gotten a safety for 2 points as Somers is now up 15-0 in the girls flag football playoff matchup. As we take a timeout, and Brandon, do you want to go over some recent results for some Somers games?
Yeah, sure. So, recent games for the girls lacrosse team here. On April 26th, girls lacrosse beat Mayapack 17-7, lost to Yorktown 15-6. May 2nd, beat Arlington 17-6 on May 7th, and with a tough loss to Pelham on May 12th, 17-7.
And yeah, we'll be right back in just a moment. All right, and welcome back as Tuskers currently lead by 3 in this one. It's been a back and forth matchup, and as we head back now at 4:53 left in the third, let's see what both teams have up their sleeves. Hanhut here they're gonna need to try to get on the scoreboard, get down the field. And Somers' defense really needs to show up here to make it so they're able to keep their lead, and also the offense working together as they have been doing great all day to extend their lead as well. As we're going to get started back off after the timeout. So now 9 with it. That's 4 with it. 4 taking it now down. Movement for 4. Goes back out to 9. Who finds number 10. Fast pace. A lot of passing here as 10 is going to take it back. Takes it far back. No other Hanhut players out there. Got 6, probably closest to out there, as we now have Klein and Barton there on defense playing. As 10's going to take it. Now back out. Finds 9. Great. In the middle. Finds the opening to number 9 as Now with it is 9. Guarded heavily now by the Tuskers. That's Mayfield as it goes back out to 10. Now 10 with it. Taking it to the back as we have Barton out there as well. Here comes number 10 of Ortiz. Movement to the back. And taking her time, moving it around. As it's going to be a loose ball there, and... But we do have a call here, and we'll wait to see who is going to receive the ball after this, as the shot clock, if Hen Hut does retain possession, the shot clock is down to 6, so it still likely would be Soma's ball, but we are set up in position for Hen Hut to possibly get a quick goal here, as after the penalty that puts them in front of the goal. As we have a moment, so let's just talk about how this team has done throughout the season, and they've played pretty well. One game that highlighted their performance a few weeks back against Carmel, that was a fun game to get to call, as well as they were able to take that one. Brandon, do you want to talk a little bit about the Mayor Pack matchup that you got to call along with Jayden a few weeks ago?
Yes. So Jayden and I were able to call the girls lacrosse game against Mayapack several weeks ago. That game resulted in a win for Somers, 16-7. We missed Benny, but it was still a great broadcast regardless.
And yeah, so 10 does get the goal in there while we have a second. But yeah, looked to be a great performance that day by Somers, as well as Ortiz gets another goal. That's her 3rd of the day. And some breaking news in the NFL. Derrick Henry has signed a 2-year extension till 2027, $30 million. This news, as far as I know, just has broken. And Patriots also signing a new running back. We'll try to get a name to you for that later in the broadcasters. Now back out in the middle for the draw. Ball goes up. Loose ball there. It's going to be the Tuskers able to pick it up. So Mayfield goes back out to Klein. Movement now for Klein as it goes up, swatted away by Hen Hut's defense, as it's going to be that's going to be Mancini who's able to grab it for the Tuskers. Great defense there by Hen Hut, but Mancini able to get it around, finds Klein. Great play there as Mancini found Klein to get around this Hen Hut's defense, as it goes back to Klein now. Klein with it. Sporehazard finds Ingram, who goes back out to Mancini. Now a loose ball there, and Klein is going to be able to pick it back up. Now Klein with it. Heads more towards the back as Klein is running around. Klein goes with it, finds Palmetto. This is now loose again. And we'll see who they're going to call and who will have the ball here.
Palmetto had an opportunity. She opted for a pass to Klein. Klein to Mancini behind the net. Mancini looking for option, pressure by the defense. She's going to find Palmetto. Had to reach to catch that pass. She's going to find Mayfield right in front of the net. Mayfield in for a low goal.
Palmetto finds Mayfield there, and what a play by Palmetto, who finds Mayfield to get it in. Another great goal by the Tuskers. And Mayfield gets it in again. That is going to be Mayfield's 2nd goal of the day. We're now going to head back into the middle for the draw once again, as that's a big goal for the Tuskers after Hen Hut just scored a goal there. The Tuskers able to equal it back out to make it once again a 3-point point game. Testing. So now back out there. 13 grabs it.
13 with it now. Over to 24 near the Somers sidelines. 24 is going to lose possession. It's going to be awarded back to Hen Hud.
Now 13 with it. Able to find number 10 of Ortiz, who goes back out to 11. Back out now to a deep Hen Hut girl there, as Hen Hut now taking it. Number 4 goes back out to 10 of Ortiz. Movement now for Hen Hut. 10 is going to take it, brings it around. She's going to bring it back. Only current Hen Hut player out there, as goes back to 9. As it's going to go up. Deflected there. Great D by Donaldson there, not allowing it to go in. And the Tuskers are going to take it back now. Currently with it, that is number 6. It's number 6 of Dondell. And it's going to be a timeout.
Timeout called by Somers there with 57 seconds left in the third period. 13-10 game.
And as we have a moment, let's just take a look. So I asked Coach Daly what are a few highlights from the season, and she just talked about the senior group and how it's a great group who led by example and really made the season fun and rewarding, and that the team never gives up. And Brandon, what players have Coach Daly seen improve throughout the season?
Yeah, Coach Daly has noticed great improvement from Mia Palmetto and Kate Barton this season. They have been phenomenal out there. Multiple goals between them today.
And yeah, it's just been a great performance by both these teams today. It's been back and forth. We've seen a lot of points on the scoreboard, and yeah, a lot could still happen in this one. But as we take a moment, this is probably going to be could be our last full-on broadcast this season for the spring season. Just looking back at the full season, what is one broadcast, Brandon, for you that has stuck out to you, and why?
I'll give 2 here. Unfortunately, I'll give 2 because one I was not at. Varsity baseball. That was probably my favorite. Unfortunately, I had my own game that day, so I could not be there. And then senior night for girls flag football probably had to be my favorite broadcast this spring. Otherwise, it was a pretty good game between Mahopac and Somers.
What about overall throughout the season?
Overall throughout the season, some other good games. Somers boys lacrosse versus Farmingdale. That was a phenomenal game. Good win for Somers there. And then going back into the winter, probably boys basketball versus John Jay Cross River. Benny, any broadcasts you want to mention?
Yeah, I'll get back to it in a bit as we get started here. But yeah, so loose ball, it's going to be picked up. It's going to be given back to Hen Hut. But yeah, I'll just talk about broadcasts now. So there's been so many, but when it comes to picking my favorite, it's very hard because there's been so many I've been very happy with and how they've come out. But if you got to pick one, you got to say the state championship up at the Dome, calling that game. Even though there was no video, we weren't able to do video for that. It was still an amazing experience I'll never forget. As now 10 with it. It's going to be picked up by Somers. Another one I'll just mention. So recently the Farmingdale and the Greeley game for lacrosse were really fun games to call, in addition to the Ridgefield game. In addition, one that I'll mention, the Briarcliff game, that was just on Local Live. I was just really happy of how that commentating performance came out. There's just so many, but as it's going to go up, and that is going to go in for Hen Hut. So that's
Number
going to
10
be
there. Carly Ortiz with her 4th goal of the night.
But as we have a moment, check out one of our most recent episodes of the Somers Sports Broadcast, where we interviewed Somers Varsity baseball coach JT. In this one, where we also recapped and talked about the latest in the world of sports. As also we talked some baseball with Coach JT. Check it out. Season 3, episode 13 on the Somers Sports Broadcast. As we're going to head back into the middle now for the draw.
Yeah, 13.8 seconds left. We will probably see a quick attempt to get the ball downfield by whichever team wins this draw. Quick shot as well following that, and it looks like Somers is gonna gain initial possession. Donzel over to Mayfield in the middle of the field, 10 seconds left. She is gonna find Mancini, and the ball is gonna get loose.
And that is gonna do it for the end of the third quarter. Tuskers up by 2. 13-11 is your score. As the Tuskers have a 2-point lead. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break. Watch the Somers Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports,
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
interview guests,
Here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
predict upcoming sport games,
To win it 26-23, the Chargers win.
debate sports,
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports,
Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
and much more.
I'm with
Nikki Duffy.
Dean Palzall.
I would definitely say DP, Dean Palzolo. He definitely had a great game.
Just a Hail Mary. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown.
When I first joined last year, you wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Somers Sports Broadcast. You could find them on YouTube and Spotify. (13-11) is your score, as it is a rainy day here at Somers High School. And welcome back as we now head into the start of the fourth quarter, and it's still anyone's game in this one. Something that we haven't really said that much this season, as at least for most of the boys' games, it's been blowouts by this point. But this has been a very close back and forth game. And yeah, Brandon, what do you see happening in this fourth quarter? What are the Tuskers going to need to do to be able to hold on and get the win?
Tuskers need to play sound defense in this last 12 minutes of play. Another goal or 2 would be very helpful. Just some extra insurance there.
Yeah, all definitely very important as yeah, but we're going to head now to the start of the fourth. So we head now back out for the draw. It's going to get started in just a moment. Got Ingram out there for the Tuskers and 13 out there. Number 10 of Ortiz actually out there again. They've been switching 10 and 13 up all day for Hen Hut. Ortiz now back out there for the draw. As it's going to go up.
Knocked down by number 9 of Hen Hut. She is going to scoop it up after.
9's going to take it back to 17. Movement now back to 17. 17's going to take it, finds 24. Movement now for 24. 24 with it. That's going to go back out. Finds 11, who goes back out to 10. Finds number 4. Fast passing around. Goes back out. Who finds? Now with it is going to be number 4. 4 takes it behind the goal now. All Hen Hut players, however, in front of the goal as 4 takes it to the other side. Guarded by Mayfield as it goes back up. Gonna be caught by 11. Goes back out to 17. Movement now for 17 as it goes up. It's gonna go in for Hen Hut.
Number 17, Lena.
Lena P gets it in. Lena Piper gets it in with the assist from number 11, and with that, Hen Hut has now made it a 1-point game with 11:04 left in the fourth. Now we're gonna head back into the middle for the draw here. It is currently 6:09, a Wednesday evening out here at Somers High School. Rainy here, but these girls have not let the rain affect them at all, as both teams have put up a great offensive performance on both sides of the end. It's going to be picked back up by Mayfield. Mayfield with it now. Goes back out. Finds Klein. So now Klein with it, guarded by 4. Goes back out to Mayfield. Now Mayfield with it, who finds Klein. Going back around, back out to Mayfield. Back out to Klein. And it's going to go up, and it's going to wind up rolling out of bounds there. As it was an attempted shot for the goal. Doesn't matter, it's going to be Hen Hut's ball. Now Hen Hut's going to take it back, 13 now with it. That's going to be a loose ball. But Hen Hut able to get it back. Now 13 has it. Goes back, finds 17. Now heading to their side of the field as there goes 17. Fast move for 17, guarded by 4. That's Ingram. Ingram playing there on defense as it's going to be a loose ball. Ingram able to knock it out. But with Ingram touching it last, it's going to be Hen Hut who retains possession as it goes back out to 13. Goes back out to 10. Finds 4. Passing along now. So Ortiz back out. Finds number 4. 4 taking it now. Guarded by McCartan. Movement around. Great play by 4. Who goes back to Ortiz. Off though. Winds up going high, and it winds up going off to the right. And as we have a moment, make sure to tune in, as next up we have JV Girls Lacrosse as they take on Hen Hut. Tomorrow we have Somers Tuskers take on Tappan Zee. That will be here on Local Live. Make sure to tune into that as we're now set up for a goal. Hen Hut is going to try to tie it up here. Let's see if they're able to get it. So we're going to line back up now, as after the penalty, it's going to give Hen Hut position to try to get the goal. So it's going to be up to Donaldson here to be able to stop it from going in. Barton. Right there on defense. It's going to go up. Number 10 of Ortiz tries to get it in, and it's going to go in for Hen Hut, as now it's going to be all knotted up at 13. So 10 able to take it after position from the penalty and gets it in. Donaldson almost able to block it, but it winds up going in, as we're now going to be all tied up at 13.
That was the 5th goal of the day for Carly Ortiz.
Now we're going to head back into the middle, as we have Ortiz and Ingram back out there. 5 goals today for both Ortiz and McCarthy on the Hen Hut side of things. Sydney Ingram has had 4, and Paul Meno has had 3 top scorers for the Tuskers, as we're back out the draw.
Draw, ready, and it's going to go straight back to 13. Mayfield just past her stick. 13 with a long pass to 17. 17 close to the Hen Hut sideline. heading towards the back of the net. Off the 24 behind the net. (24 to 13, 13, 10). And HUD taking their time, waiting until they see or create their opening they're looking for.
Currently have 8:05 remaining on the clock in this one. Moving around.
Let's move around 4 with it. She's trying to work around the defender. She gets by. Ball is knocked loose. Whistle from the referee. So, number 4 for Henhud is going to have a chance of a free pass here. And it looks like that pass is going to be stolen by Ingram. Ingram across the field to Klein. Klein almost tripped up by her defender there, but is able to get by cleanly. Klein looking for an option. Finds Barton in the middle of the field. Barton with a quick pass to Mayfield. And Somers' offense is going to calm this down a little bit.
Slowing down the pace now as now it goes back out to Barton. Goes back out to Palmetto. Goes up and it's going to go in. Mia Palmetto gets it in for the Tuskers. And that's exactly what the Tuskers needed, as they are now going to take a 1-point lead once again in this one. As Henhut did come back, scoring 3 in a row to tie it up. The Tuskers needed to get their lead back, and that's what they do there. So Palmetto is going to get it in, as we are going to head on back out for the draw in the middle. As now, that's exactly, once again, what the Tuskers needed to do. Making it a 1-point lead.
Yeah, what a drive. Definitely just from a long distance, super long run, and went straight in with all this energy happening, all this adrenaline going.
Face off there, bouncing around. And whistled dead by the referee. Waiting on the call. It looks like they're going to call it back.
So we'll see, wait to see what the call is here, but
it looks like they're going to reset here. They're going to redo
so
a draw. They're going to call it back.
So now we've got Ortiz and Ingram both out there once again for the draw. So now back out there. And we're going to go up. Loose ball there, as it's going to be Mayfield who's able to pick it up. Mayfield now with it. Goes back. Mayfield goes back out to Klein. Now movement for Klein, as Klein's going to take it around. Goes back out. Back out to Mancini. Mancini's going to take it back. Movement now for... So back out to Barton. So Barton goes back around. That's going to be Ortiz who's going to take it back for Henhut. So now movement for Henhut. She has it, but on not the right side of the field, as Ortiz is going to throw it deep. Deep ball is going to find number 11. Palmetto right there as well. And another far throw there, who finds 24, taking it now. Out now to their side of the field. It's been a fast, great few passes for Henhut to get it down to their side of the field. 5:50 remaining in this one, and it is still anyone's game, as we go back to number 4 now.
Yeah,
Or
4.
takes it.
4 now. Guarded by Barton. She's going to make a pass over to number 9. Number 9 looking for a way past her defender into the middle. Not going to find it yet. She's just barely going to be able to find it. And it's going to be knocked out of her stick and picked up by Barton.
Here goes Kate Barton. What a great pickup by her. She heads down the field now, finds Mayfield. Mayfield now with it, taking it. She gonna try to shoot. Great defense there. She decides to hold on to it. What is the call here? So it's gonna be Hen Hut. They're gonna give the ball back to Hen Hut here. As now Hen Hut with it, number 11 goes back out to. That is number 10 of Ortiz.
Four. Over to 9 now. Back to 4 at the top. We got 4:30 left to play.
So now 4 taking it around. Goes back out to 9. It goes up. It's going to go in for Hen Hut. We've got a tied game once again. All night up at 14. So number 4 goes back, finds number 9, who gets her in position to go in with her second goal of the day. That's McCarthy. So Montgomery gets the goal in there, and we're now all knotted up at 14 as we're tied. And will we see overtime? We've not seen overtime all season, but it's a very much possibility that we may be seeing it here, as we're already by far our longest broadcast, it looks like, of the spring sports season as well. Now we're going to be back into the middle for the draw. I want to thank everyone who has tuned in and been listening to our broadcast, as we're just a little bit under 2 hours. Let's go back out now. It's going to be Barton who picks it up for the Tuskers. So movement for Barton. Goes back out to, that is number 13 of Klein, who goes back out to 4. Goes back out to 13 of Klein. Klein takes it. It's going to roll on out of bounds. And because of that, Hen Hut is going to take it as Somers touched it last. So now, fast movement down. Hen Hut's going to take it, number 4 with it, as it's going to be loose. And let's see what they're going to call here. It looks like it's going to be the Tuskers ball. Yeah, Mancini will be starting off with it. So here comes Layla Mancini. We'll be throwing it back out in a moment. So as we wait to throw it back in. Yeah, so how overtime works in lacrosse, if we do have that, is it's sudden death. So it's just whoever scores first will take it in overtime. And yeah, so it's been an exciting, once again, back to 4th game, as now movement now back out. Loose ball is going to be picked back up by number 8 of Monty Lowe. Now and for the Tuskers, loose again. Picked back up by Hen Hut. Hen Hut, number 11, picks up now, slips a little bit there, as we're going to have a call here. See who is against and who will be given the ball.
Maybe she was pushed down, possibly.
Yeah, and as you have a moment, check out our Season 3, Episode 12 of the Somers Sports Broadcast, where we interviewed Somers boys varsity lacrosse coach, Coach Hirsch. And interesting learning a little bit about that facility and how they game plan for each team each week and for each game and so forth. Very exciting to learn that. And yeah, so make sure to tune in to, make sure to check that out, Season 3, Episode 12.
.312 left to play here. 14-14. Hen Hut has possession. 13 with it now. Up the field. waiting for rest of our offense. They're all bunched together.
So now movement for Hen Hut taking their time there. Ortiz currently with it, goes back out to 4. Taking their time, and so 4 back out finds 9 of Montgomery, who goes back out to 4, passing it back and forth, who goes back out to Montgomery. Montgomery currently with it, number 4, McCarthy. Back to McCarthy. As we go back out again, passing, slowing down the offense, trying to maybe run out the clock and get the goal in as we're tied at 14. As with it now is McCarthy as it comes loose and looks to main Hen Hut's ball. They may be in position here, but tune in as another potential virtual broadcast coming up. The Somers Sports Broadcasting Club, or if not the Somers Sports Broadcasting Club, it will be going out on my channel. We'll be calling the Indy 500 as it's going to wind up not going in. We have a dead ball here. But yeah, we'll be calling the Indy 500, so make sure to tune in for that when we do that. And hopefully Brandon and Jayden, maybe some others will be able to join me. We're now set up in after the penalty in position as it's going to go up, and it goes in. Number 4, McCarthy gets her 6th of the day. That one goes in, her 6th goal of the day, and it's going to be Hen Hut who's going to make it now a 15-14 lead, as Somers is going to really need to work together to get the ball down and be able to get it in. Hen Hut is currently on a 5-1 as well. So Somers really needs to get it down fast. They're going to have to utilize Ingram here to be able to get it in. But yeah, frustration on the Somers sideline. But even though down by 1, this Tuskers team has been playing phenomenal today from beginning to end. And they do continue, and as they do look to continue. So back to start in a moment.
I think good. So Somers moves all of their players to the defensive side.
So
And Hen Hut winning the draw there. 10 now middle of the field over to 9. Guarded by Mayfield along with McCartan.
Tuskers only have 47 seconds, but right now Hen Hut with the ball has control of this one as the clock continues to tick and is now called to stop. Somers, will they have another chance as Hen Hut currently up by 1. Tuskers trying to tie this one to push it into overtime, but we've had a back and forth shootout in this one. Somers is looking to get a 500 record with a win. It would be their 8th win of the year, as they're 7-8 currently. And Hen Hut looking to get their 5th win of the year. So back out now for Hen Hut. With it now is number 13. Close one there as 13 goes back out. Ball's gonna wind up being lost, and it goes out of bounds. This gives Somers another chance. Number 6 with it with the last chance, as now there's going to be a call.
Somers timeout.
It's going to be a Somers timeout, actually, with 16.4 left. Yeah, Somers, this is probably the most important part of the game so far. They come up with a game plan to get right down the field to be able to get it in. It's going to be tough, and they may try utilizing Ingram, Klein, Mancini have been big, important players on offense. We may also see some action from Meno, who's been great in this game, and yeah, it's gonna really come down to them and the team if they're going to be able to get it in. But if anyone could, it is the Somers Tuskers team, as they've been great at getting quick goals, some quick goals throughout the season as well, especially on the boys team as well. They've gotten some fast goals, but let's see if the girls team could do that here. But yeah, Brandon, what do you think is going to need to happen for the Tuskers to be able to tie this one up?
Tuskers need a well-formulated plan here. One play, all they have time for. They're going to need a few long passes. Probably going to... the goal is to probably end up with in the hands of Palmetto or Ingram near the Hen Hud goal for a last-second shot to tie this game up.
But yeah, so 26 seconds left, as it's now going to be, as they're discussing the play, yeah, this is going to be very big for the Tuskers. It really, at the end of the day, does come down. Like, you could try to do everything right. It really comes down to luck, especially in the sport of lacrosse, at the end of the day, and finding the right players and teammates to get it down and get it in the goal and the right position. And yeah, it does really come down to luck. Let's see if they're going to be able to do it here with 26 seconds left, as they're currently discussing the play. And let's see what they got here as they're going to head on back out. Tuskers hyped, and let's see if they're going to be able to do it. If they're able to tie this one up, it will take a miracle, but let's see if this Tuskers team can do it, as they're going to head back on out.
Last chance for the Tuskers. They are starting deep in there on their own side of the field. Mayfield is going to start with it.
So now Mayfield going to start off with it. So got Ingram nearby also with 23, also out there for the Tuskers nearby, as 26 seconds left in this one. 11 and 24 guarding as we're off. Now with it is number 6. Taking it. Goes out, finds 23. They're getting it down the field. Taking their time though. Will they have enough time? Who goes back out to Mancini. Loose ball there. It's gonna be picked up by Hen Hut. Clock will stop, however, as we got a Hen Hut player down. But she luckily is okay and up, as Hen Hut with it. That is gonna basically wind up sealing it. Never know. It looks like, so we still got 7 seconds. Anything could happen, but it does look very good for Hen Hut. But yeah, Tuskers are gonna be. Yeah, so Hen Hut starting off with it. So back out in the middle. This is going to be the play that decides it. But Hen Hut with the ball could easily just run out the clock with 7 seconds left. And a great hard-fought battle for the Tuskers. Hen Hut's going to take it. Clock ticks down. 4 with it. 4 looks back at the clock. That's McCarthy has it. And it's going to go to 0. And a big win for Hen Hut, getting their 5th win of the year. And a stunner here at Somers High School as Hen Hut takes this one. And yeah, so Brandon, what are your final thoughts on today's game?
Competitive game. I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just play a great game. And sometimes the other team also plays a great game. That's what happened here today. And just Hen Hut just happens. One more goal than Somers.
But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Yeah, at the end of the day, it was just Hen Hut who was able to get the winning goal and get position for the win. But yeah, it was Tuskers gave a hard fight right till the end. They had a game plan that almost worked, but unfortunately did not work at the end, as Hen Hut does take this one. But as this is the final girls lacrosse home game of the season, it's been a pleasure for me and all the others, Brandon and Jayden, who have gotten to call girls varsity lacrosse this season. It's just been a pleasure to have the opportunity to do it. Thanks for Coach Daly always getting back to me with the questions. And yeah, but I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Hen Hut takes this one 15-14. I'm Benny Silk.
Brandon Nappi.
Have a great night, everyone.